You know what makes a horror story really scary? Sometimes it's not the monster, it's the place. And that's exactly what we've got with the village of Kusumpur. I mean, this place is so quiet, it's like the entire village is just holding its breath. It's the perfect backdrop for this absolutely chilling story about people who just vanish every single night. The real fear isn't just about who's going to be next, but what in the world is behind it all.
All right, so let's meet our main guy, Veerendra. He's a young man heading back to his family's old village. And right off the bat, we get that classic horror movie moment. You know the one, the creepy warning from a total stranger. After this long, silent ride, his auto driver drops him off and leaves him with just that one chilling sentence. And it's not what he says, but the fear you can feel behind the words. That's what really sets the stage for the nightmare that's about to unfold.
So here it is, the big mystery that's got this whole village paralyzed with fear. And look, we're not talking about some old wives' tale here. This is a nightly reality. People are just disappearing. No sound, no struggle, nothing. One minute they're there, the next they're gone. And the only proof they even existed is another empty, silent house.
The second Veerendra arrives, the driver just bolts, peels out, and suddenly he's completely, utterly alone. Can you just imagine that for a second? You're expecting the familiar sounds of your childhood home, and instead all you get is this heavy, unnatural silence. The main square, which should be bustling with life, is now a total ghost town.
And this is where the story gets so good, because it's all about the little details, right? It's not just an empty square. The dogs aren't just barking, they're freaking out, like they can sense something is deeply wrong. The wind doesn't just blow, it sounds like it's whispering. Every shadow looks like it's moving. It's all designed to give you that creeping dread, that awful feeling that even though he can't see anyone, he's definitely being watched.
So, he starts making his way toward his family's old house, which is all run down and creepy now. And that's when he spots a familiar face. But trust me, this is not a happy reunion. This is where he gets pulled right into the center of the nightmare. He finds his childhood friend, Manjari, but something is terribly wrong. The vibrant, happy girl he remembers is just gone. In her place is this hollowed-out woman who looks like she's been consumed by fear. It's all in her eyes. There's just no warmth left, only this haunted, terrified look. And that's the exact moment Veerendra knows this nightmare is real.
Now, Veerendra is from the city, right? So he's trying to be logical about all this, maybe brush it off as just some local superstition. But Manjari's warning, it just cuts right through all that. She makes it crystal clear. This isn't some ghost story you tell around a campfire. This is a hunt. And every single night, the village is the hunting ground.
And this is the detail that takes this whole thing from a spooky mystery to straight-up supernatural horror. After every single disappearance, there's only one thing left behind: a single black scorch mark on the ground. It's as if the victims are being totally erased from existence by some kind of invisible, instantaneous fire.
Okay, so the next morning, Veerendra is desperate for answers. He does what you do in these stories. He goes to find the old village priest. And this guy looks like he's been carrying the weight of the world and some very dark secrets on his shoulders for a long, long time. And what he's about to tell Veerendra, well, it's worse than anything he could have possibly imagined. The priest just lays it all out for him. This evil thing that's haunting Kusumpur. It's not random, it's a targeted curse. And the source of that curse is the very land that Veerendra's family owns. And just like that, in one sentence, Veerendra goes from being an outsider to being at the dead center of this whole mess. This is his family's legacy.
And then the priest breaks it all down. The curse started in 3 horrifying steps. First, desecration. Veerendra's own grandfather destroyed an ancient temple on his land. Huge mistake. Second, imprisonment. This act trapped the temple's guardian spirit, and being trapped for so long corrupted it, twisted it into something demonic. And third, the hunt. Now, this entity consumes human souls every night because each soul it takes is like a key, getting it one step closer to breaking its chains and unleashing its full power.
So armed with this terrible knowledge, Veerendra feels this huge weight of responsibility. The priest is practically begging him, "Stay away, it's too dangerous."
But he just can't. He feels like he has to go to the site of that destroyed temple. He has to see the source of his family's dark past with his own 2 eyes.
He gets to the ruins that night, and wow, the place is just pure desolation. The ground is scorched black, the air is freezing cold, and the only thing standing in the middle of all this destruction is a single ancient lamp. You can just feel the evil radiating from this place. And then, driven by some impulse he can't even explain, Veerendra lights the lamp. The second that tiny flame sparks to life, the entire area just reacts violently. The ground starts to tremble, and that whispering wind explodes into this chorus of hissing voices. Oh yeah, he definitely just woke something up.
As the earth is shaking beneath his feet, a figure emerges from the shadows. Now, Veerendra is probably expecting some kind of monster, a ghost, something obviously inhuman. But what he sees is so much more terrifying.
It's Minhari, but everything is wrong. Her face is twisted into this cruel, unnatural smile, and her eyes are glowing with this unholy light. The friend he came to help is gone, replaced by the very predator that's been terrorizing the entire village. And honestly, the betrayal is just as terrifying as the monster itself.
And this is the ultimate devastating twist. Manjari was never a victim. She is the curse. The entity has been wearing her face like a mask this whole time, using the trust and familiarity of a childhood friend as the perfect camouflage for its nightly hunt.
Then the entity, speaking through Manjari's mouth, reveals its endgame. Veerendra, as the last living descendant of the man who destroyed the temple, is the final key. His soul is the one thing it needs to finally shatter its prison and unleash its full power on the world.
Before Veerendra can even scream, thick black smoke just erupts from the ground and engulfs him completely. There's just a moment of muffled terror, and then silence. A silence that's deeper and more final than anything before, broken only by faint, triumphant whispers on the wind.
And that's the tragic irony, isn't it? Veerendra didn't break the curse. He was the final piece needed to complete it. He came searching for answers, and instead became the final sacrifice. His entire existence reduced to nothing more than a fresh scorch mark on that cursed ground. With the final sacrifice made, the entity is now unbound. The fog over Kusumpur seems to grow thicker, more malevolent. And the monster wearing Manjari's face? It no longer needs to hide. It's at full power now, and its hunt has only just begun.
No, the hunt is not over. It's just getting started. The curse wasn't broken, it was unleashed. And as a new night falls on the terrified village of Kusumpur, the only question left is, who's next?